just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Them niggas can't ban us. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? One of my headphones is out right now on this side and shit. This shit's annoying the hell out of me, but we gonna keep it going, man. GMS fam, the green room. How y'all feeling? Welcome back. It is Monday. I didn't think I was gonna be here because I woke up this morning to a message from YouTube saying I had a community guideline strike and that I wouldn't be able to post, go live, or anything from this channel for 7 days. And I was like, hold up, what happened? What did I do? What did I violate? So I went and clicked on what it was, and lo and behold, it was a video that I deleted from the channel. I already deleted the video from the channel. How could you strike my channel for a video that doesn't even exist anymore on my shit? But yet they did it. Now, I wouldn't have had a problem with this if I had actually violated community guidelines. But see, there's another video up on YouTube of a much more popular podcast called No Jumper. And if you guys didn't hear about it or see it, there was a young pimp by the name of Kelpie, aka a pimp named Punching Bag, who got his face pummeled in with what seemed to be to him 1,000 knuckles when it was only 10. And they posted it on their page and blurred out the actual fight where a dude was actually getting the paws put on him. I made a video, I edited it all up and put different clips and different shit in there. I just did a whole edit of a video surrounding that thing, right? Did the same exact thing, blurred out the fight, and you did not see my man getting punched on. You did not see him get hit once in my video. I blurred it all out. Same exact thing that No Jumper did, but yet they came to my channel to give me a strike. Now, something funny happened. I went to Twitter. I said, I tagged YouTube. I said, hey, YouTube, it baffles me that I'm being striked and I'm not being able to do anything on my channel for a week because of a video that got deleted. A deleted video? Come on, man. It's hard out here for a black YouTuber. To where the YouTube team, the actual verified account on YouTube, their YouTube team hit me back and said, hey, you can still get consequences for videos that have been deleted or if they are on private. If you have any other concerns, let me know. I said, hey, I do have another concern. What if the video you posted blurred out the problem just like another channel did, a bigger channel did, but they didn't get any strikes or they weren't able to not post or go live for 7 days? As a matter of fact, their video has approximately 2.5 million views. So tell me, what is it again that's the problem? Crickets. I didn't get one reply back. They were so quick to reply within 2 minutes of me telling them what the problem was. And then when I gave them more of my concerns and brought up a problem that actually took, according to them and their standards, violated community guideline strikes, but they let it stay up because it's a big platform owned by a white dude who's exploiting black people. So when I let that be known, all of a sudden, magically, I get a fucking email from YouTube saying, hey, we reviewed your appeal. Appeal? You can't even appeal a video after it's been deleted. What do you mean, appeal? Something must have happened, because this email came in and said, hey, we reviewed your content and we determined that it did not violate community guidelines. Oh, it didn't. Well, let's just say this isn't because I'm a black man on this platform. Let's just say that their algorithms and the way that they work is just not professional, and they don't know how to really actually determine what's violating their community guidelines or not. They just go ahead and strike people and get people's channels fucked up because they can. How about that? So with that email, they reinstated my channel to where I was not banned anymore, which shouldn't have happened in the first place. But, you know, these are the type of things that a lot of black YouTubers are going through. If you pay attention to everything that different YouTubers are saying about different things they're going through or dealing with this platform, you'll see that this is a recurring thing. And then, you know, there's some people that'll bring up the white YouTubers or personalities who have gotten banned, and, oh, what about them? They're white and they got banned. Guess what? They got banned after they were able to amass a large fan base and become millionaires and still be able to make money and thrive doing what they do without YouTube. They didn't need YouTube anymore. You banned Andrew Tate. He's a millionaire. He's still going out doing interviews, getting paid to do what he do. You banned the Nick Fuentes dude who everybody started talking about again since he went to meet with Trump. Guess what? He's still getting paid, still taking private jets to wherever to talk about the shit he's talking about. Alex Jones, still a millionaire, even though he got to pay damn near $1 billion. I don't think that's going to happen. Motherfucker probably going to move to another country and be straight. Every single person you can name. And they trying to get me up out the door and other black YouTubers up out the door before they even get a chance. So I wanted to make sure I let that be known what was happening, because I posted something and I didn't want it to be confused. You know what I'm saying? I fight for the right to keep my voice heard. And that's another thing I want to say, man. If you're out here in this space or doing anything, make sure that if there's an option to where you can appeal something on these platforms, do it. Because 9 times out of 10, they not even really checking if the shit violates the guidelines. They just doing the shit. They doing the shit. And mainly because they don't want anybody else to thrive on their platforms. So make sure you fight for what you want to do. Fight for your voice to be heard. And fight for the platform that you've been building and working hard to try to continue to build and progress in. That's what I got to say with that. And speaking of motherfuckers taking private jets to go meet with Trump, listen to this, man. I don't know what it is about Kanye West, but his validation that he seeks from the white community is the only thing that's stopping majority of the black community to even get behind him and back him with anything that he's doing. You know what? Let me not speak for everybody. Let me not speak for majority or anything like that, because I haven't spoke to majority. All I know is I can't get behind what Kanye's doing or support Kanye because, like we've seen many a times before, he's black when it's convenient. And then when everything is cool and when everything is like, oh yeah, I got the people back on my side, then he goes and does some dumb shit like, hey, let's go meet up with this Nick Fuentes guy and then go meet up with Trump and try to talk about running for president. Giving Trump, I don't know what type of validation, but apparently they sat down with each other and Kanye was doing his Kanye shit and Trump didn't like that. Trump was like, get this Negro out of here. And it's funny because he released a statement after Kanye went to his Mar-a-Lago's place and told everybody that Trump yelled at him and was mad and did all this shit and insulted Kim Kardashian. Trump went and he released a statement, right? Here's what the statement said. The statement read, "So I help a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black. Yay, Kanye West, who has been decimated in his business and virtually everything else, and who has always been good to me by allowing his request for a meeting at Mar-a-Lago alone so that I can give him very much needed advice. He shows up with 3 people, 2 of which I didn't know, and the other a political person who I haven't seen in years. I told him don't run for office, a total waste of time, can't win, fake news, went crazy." Now, here's the thing, man. A lot of people can say Trump isn't racist or whatnot. But I mean, I would like to know if anybody in the chat can explain to me what was the point of saying who just happens to be black. He just threw that shit in there. I don't understand the point of that. What was the point of that? What was the point of being like who just so happens to be black? Do you not think anybody knows that Kanye West is black? Donald Trump? Now, I'm not saying he's racist. I'm just saying, what kind of person points that out randomly? Like, you would have thought he had a point to it or was going to like say something after that. But it was just, he just simply threw in who just happens to be black. Does anybody else get why he said that? Am I missing something? Am I being slow right now? I don't know why he threw that in there. But anyway, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When it comes to this type of shit, if you don't move how they tell you to move, if you don't say what they want you to say, then they write you off. Kanye was great and he was everything when you were president. You needed him to parade him around the office and act like you guys are real cool when you were president. But now he's a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black. And telling him he shouldn't run for office and then calling him crazy. What is his point? I don't know what this man's point is. All I know is that Kanye is out here trying to prove an empty point at this time. I don't know what it is that people are seeing in it. What the point, what he's trying to prove. Out of all the shit that's going on, Kanye has not once said what he was going to actually do for the people. This has been about himself. See, he'll say some shit that make people be like, yeah, they're trying to control us. They're trying to do this and we don't have this and we need to own and we need to do that. But deep down in the actual root of it all, this is all about Kanye. It's not about anybody else's gain or anybody else's profit or anybody else's longevity or anything like that. It's about Kanye West. So I'm gonna need people to pull back and let that man do what he does. And let it be that. Just let it be that. Let Kanye do what Kanye does and leave that shit alone. We don't need to pay attention to what Kanye's doing. He's not trying to do shit in favor of us. All right. And speaking of Kanye, his blasphemous baby mama. Blasphemous baby mama. Now, she just came out with a statement because I don't know if you guys have heard, but Balenciaga is under fire right now because of their promotion of pedophilia. I mean, they didn't even try to hide it. They didn't even try to put a little secret message. They didn't try to do no underlying shit. They didn't try to decode or anything. Like, they just straight up put it in your face. And for some reason thought this would just slip through the cracks and nobody would notice it. Now I'm gonna play a few videos, right? Just explaining everything that's going on. But I need y'all to understand that Balenciaga has become such a big brand that I know for a fact, just like Gucci and Louis and all those other places that directly disrespected black people, ain't nobody gonna take no time away from this shit. People still buying Balenciaga right now. And before I play why you shouldn't rock that shit, matter of fact, I shouldn't be speaking to regular individuals, because Balenciaga isn't just some everyday shit you can walk up in Target and grab for $30. But there's a few videos I'm gonna play. First and foremost by my LGBTQ brother. For some reason this video is going viral, and it's like one of two videos that's only going viral right now on Twitter. So I'm gonna play this video for you from him explaining what's going on. Then the next video I'm gonna play for you is explaining further why you actually shouldn't fuck with this brand. All right, listen to this.
There is a lot happening with Balenciaga right now, and it literally just keeps getting worse. So if you're unaware, Balenciaga, the big brand, released an ad featuring children holding teddy bears that were dressed in bondage. Now, for good reason, this sparked outrage because it's completely inappropriate. But what this did was it opened up the Pandora's box of how completely grotesque this company is.
Pay attention to the little
intricate shit. When you dig deep into their other
Listen.
product advertisements, there are subtle hints of pedophilia and child exploitation in almost all of them. If you think this is just a picture of a Balenciaga bag, you're wrong, because down here there's a reference to a court case that was ruled in favor of virtual child you-know-what. Oh, but that just might be a coincidence. Now, while you may want to believe that's true, do you know how many eyes are on product placement for a brand like Balenciaga? Not to mention, there's more. This picture here might just be somebody sitting at their desk in New York City, right? Wrong. What are these books here? Who is Michael Borman, and why is his book featured in a Balenciaga ad? It must be a good book.
Product
Wrong.
placement.
It's a book that depicts child exploitation. There are horrific depictions of nude children in this book that Google can't even show them. Now, I know this is a lot to take in, but we're still not done. This photo here, he's got a nice outfit on, good looking model. But who is this here? John Philip Fisher. Couldn't be the same man that was accused of molesting his granddaughter at 4 years old.
Oh my
now,
God.
I know I'm gonna get called a conspiracy theorist for this because we already are.
Oh my God. I didn't watch this whole thing, by the way. I watched part of it and I was like, okay, this guy's explaining this. I'll play this. I didn't see this whole part. Holy shit.
Multiple news outlets are saying that this Balenciaga
Holy
issue
shit.
is a wild conspiracy theory. But if it was a conspiracy theory, why would Balenciaga apologize for it? They literally issued a statement apologizing for their photo shoots. So clearly this is not a conspiracy theory since Balenciaga admitted fault. But
Listen, man. Whoa. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me fix my sound. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Are we good? Do y'all hear static? Let me know if you hear a little static. Anyway, if y'all didn't hear what this man just said, there were specific things placed in this commercial or in these ads that were directly connected to pedophilia, court cases, and actual convicted pedophiles. And for what? For what? What other reason would you have this type of shit in ads other than the fact that you support and you participate in this type of shit? It makes no sense to me. The type of imagery that was placed in front of people by Balenciaga hiring a certain group of individuals to do their ads for them. First of all, people need to understand, you have to approve these things. You have to approve these things. So that apology that Balenciaga came out with doesn't mean shit, because all of this had to be approved by the company for it to go out. We're talking about companies who have made millions and millions of dollars by carefully choosing and putting together shit that will promote and end up generating revenue. So this had to be approved by Balenciaga for it to go past. And so for the fact that they went and apologized for some shit that they approved and tried to act like they weren't, that they are exempt from fault, so much so that they're filing a lawsuit right now. Balenciaga is filing a lawsuit against the people that they hired to do the ad. This just came out today, by the way. Think about how much these motherfuckers are trying to escape from accountability. You went and sued the people that you hired to do a fucking job and approved it before it went out. You are suing these motherfuckers. Sue your goddamn self. And we talk about certain problems in this country. Bro, think about this. Epstein didn't get taken down until people started talking about it and people started drawing attention to it. If it wasn't becoming popular and a bunch of conspiracy theorists and a bunch of people reading into what's happening and trying to go back to talk about the things that actually happened, I think Epstein would still be alive, and I still think that underage girls and boys would still be getting messed with on Epstein Island. Because the heat got brought onto him, these motherfuckers said, get him out the paint. We need to calm this shit down. We got too many high profile motherfuckers that are involved with this shit. We need to calm this shit down. Get Epstein the fuck up out of here. Because when you think about it, regardless of how much money Epstein had, regardless of how much connections he had, when you are a part of something that is bigger than you, you can be taken the fuck out regardless of your position out here. This is a real problem. And then they'll blatantly do it in your face until somebody speaks up about it. Now, a person who is currently banned on YouTube, and trust me, I'm not tripping. I wanna fix the sound on my end because it's on my end. It's not y'all end. I know y'all don't hear like the static and the shit going on. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see if I can have y'all hear this. Listen, can y'all hear this? It's staticky, and I'm hoping that y'all don't hear it because I want to play this clip and make sure it's nice and smooth and the audio's clear. But Andrew Tate has a clip going viral right now talking about exactly what the problem is and what's exactly happening and why Balenciaga is all for the shit that they're pushing, but you know they gotta cover their ass because they still need to, you know, shove out clothes and ideas to have bigger entertainers and artists and athletes and actresses and actors to wear they shit. But listen to what Andrew had to say about this.
If it was done on purpose, which as we've just deciphered it must have been, why are they doing this? And I don't think many people understand why a brand like Balenciaga would so openly show the world that they are trying to promote pedophilia.
Tell them.
I'll tell them why. So some could argue that they're trying to advertise it and encourage it. Normalize. And that is the case. That is what they're trying to do. But it actually goes a level deeper than that. Satanists, people who worship Satan, believe in karmic retribution. They believe that they can suffer the consequence of lying and tricking you. So the very simple premise is this. If I sell poison apples and I write apples and you come and eat one, I poisoned you. But if I sell poison apples and I have a sign that says apples, they're poison, and you come and eat one, you committed suicide. I haven't murdered you. You've committed suicide.
That's what Satanists believe.
Satanists believe by telling you what they're doing, they don't have any karmic retribution. I'm not responsible for the constant. I'm not responsible for all the negative fallout from my actions if they understood what I was doing and allowed me to do it. This is why they show you and tell you what they're doing. If I show you and tell you that we are pedophiles and you continue to buy our products, then you're supporting pedophilia, and you're obviously okay with us being pedophiles. If I do it hidden behind your back, then you can argue and say, I didn't know they were pedophiles. But by showing you, I've shown you I'm a pedophile, you still want to wear my t-shirt. So obviously what I'm doing is okay. And this karmic retribution model and the way that Satanists view the world, and when I say Satanists, I genuinely mean people who worship real Satan. The people who are in charge of these brands and in charge of the Western world and in charge of the Matrix genuinely worship Satan. When you understand the idea of karmic retribution, you can apply that to so many scenarios.
Now, did you hear what he said? Now, YouTube, if there's something you want to ban me for, I know you might have to rethink your situation after you hear some of this shit, because I know they try to keep some of this shit off the air. They don't want people to really hear about this because a lot of people in those higher positions be practicing in this type of shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if the motherfuckers in charge of YouTube practice this same shit. I done seen some weird ads pop up on YouTube, which is funny because a lot of the reason why YouTube has certain guidelines is for advertisement dollars. And I've seen ads that go against community guidelines on YouTube, but that money speaks. And the type of shit that Andrew Tate is talking about right now, Satanism, and the people that worship Satan or practice any of that weird shit, this is the type of shit that they love. This is the type of shit that they're into. This is the type of shit that they live for. There's no other reason why an ad like this could exist other than people being into it. His theory behind the poison apples, if I'm selling you something and I'm telling you exactly what it is, then I feel like I'm exempt from anything, any retribution, anything, because I'm telling you what it is, even though me doing this initially makes me evil. They don't see it as them being evil. They see it as, hey, this is who we are. We're just pushing this out there. We're telling you what it is. If you decide to buy it, it's on you. And everybody's looking towards like their big ambassadors and people that work with them and get paid by them. One of those people being Kim Kardashian. Let me tell you how these popular brands corrupt minds so much. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire, okay? She technically does not need an endorsement or any type of anything from Balenciaga. Yet she's still on the fence about whether or not she's going to rock with them, given their response to this situation. Now, this isn't just a Kim Kardashian thing. Now this is being highlighted to a lot of the major individuals and influencers out there who inevitably feel the same way. Because these people, I feel, participate in the same shit. Kim Kardashian has black children. Now, even though I don't back Kanye West on a lot of things that he said, one thing that I do believe that he is serious about is how his kids are influenced and what they're around and what they're allowed to do. I don't put it past somebody like a Kim Kardashian or anybody in that family to be on some weird shit. There would be no second guessing to me if I was a part of a brand that is promoting pedophilia. There's no, hey, depending on how you guys respond to this, There's none of that. It's a no-brainer. But there's something bigger behind this. Kim doesn't need the money. So what are you debating? What are you waiting on? What are you hesitant about? Talking about it took you a few days to respond, not because you weren't angry. No, it took you a few days to respond because you need to be around the weird shit. This Hollywood game is weird. And people every single day are getting exposed more and more about the type of shit that they are into. Most of these people have children as well. This game, this Hollywood shit. Why you think the Aries Spears and that whole skit shit, why you think there was no backlash then? Why you think there was no hesitance to put that out then? This type of shit is supported. And to the people out there who are quick to have your children be involved in Hollywood or be involved in commercials or movies or anything, think twice. Because if it's not the director, it's somebody who's writing on it, somebody who's helping produce, somebody behind the scenes that will most likely get to your child to coerce them to do something or be a part of something that they shouldn't be doing. I wholeheartedly believe that. I believe that there is a target on every child's back who enters Hollywood. Somebody is going to try you. And the only way that they don't get to you or have you do some shit that you don't want to do is A, your parent being present, and B, you not going along with just anything. And you know what? There was a video that kept getting swept under the rug. Every time it had a chance to go viral, somehow it got lost in the algorithms and wasn't getting talked about. But there was a bust on a Jewish synagogue. I forgot how many rabbis were arrested, but all of them had something to do with child sex abuse in the synagogue. Now, I please, whoever's listening, if you are Jewish, do not sit up here and try to make this shit about anti-Semitism. I'm just speaking on things that I've heard, and if it's a fact, don't get mad. Y'all motherfuckers be sitting up there talking about the statistics of black on black crime. Well, it's just the statistics. It's just the truth. Well, guess what? We need to listen. They're not just the only people. This isn't just excluded to the Jewish community. It goes around to everybody. Pedophiles getting busted left and right every single day. Protect your children, man. Protect your fucking children. Now, there was some shit that's been popping off online, and I'm kind of glad that it's happening. DJ Vlad, has always caught flack for the way he handles his platform, the questions that he asks to people, generally just coming off like a police officer. They call him Glad. They say he the feds. They say all this type of shit. But see, one thing you don't know about these people is how they really act behind the scenes. And this is why you always got to treat the people that work for you with respect and dignity, or else anything that you did that's fucked up is going to come back to you in public. And Vlad decided that he was going to try to get an interview out of rapper Saweetie, who you all may know, who recently put out an album that sold 2,000 units the first week. even though she is a very popular artist online on social media. People were very confused as to why she only sold 2,000 copies the first week. That's neither here nor there. Vlad tried to get her for an interview, and when her publicist declined, he got mad. And the person that worked for Vlad is a person by the name of Shirley Jew, no pun intended, who actually did interviews on Vlad. When he reached out to her to ask her about getting Saweetie booked, she let him know that it wouldn't happen because they didn't fuck with Vlad. Vlad got mad and said that he chose violence, which in her mind, she took that as a threat. And to social media, they took that as a threat on a black woman, aka Saweetie. So what happened was, all that debacle, all that controversy that happened behind the scenes spilled on to Twitter, and Vlad announced that Shirley would no longer be doing interviews on Vlad TV. She went on, just like I said, on social media to put Vlad on blast, to expose text messages. This was what she put on here. First thing that is said is, Vlad first offered me $10,000 to book Saweetie. He got butthurt. It was a pass, so he decided to escalate things. In this text, you can see he said, I'll choose violence. He said violence. Here's the text messages right here from Vlad. It says, $10K for Saweetie. She won't do Vlad. Frowny face. He said, why? She said, I literally only was given 12 minutes and they cut me off at 9. She doesn't speak on her personal life either. He said, whack. To which he continued to say, can you send me her publicist's contact? His employee responded, her publicist doesn't like Vlad. She told me she wouldn't ever have her artist do it. I'm sorry, it's a struggle when I'm trying to pitch you. Her being honest. Vlad says, cool, I don't like them either then. I'll choose violence. I'll be posting the voicemail also. I'm honestly tired of these bullshit publicists hating on us. I'm going on the offensive moving forward. Now, I just want to remind y'all that Vlad is the guy who always brags about the fact that he doesn't need to have artists on his platform. He brags a lot about his platform, what it does, how it helps people. But you try to go get Saweetie, she declines, and now you choose violence, and now you all about people hating on you. I'm tired of these people hating on us. See, here's the problem, Vlad. You've been in this industry for a long time. That doesn't exempt you from being a guest or being somebody who has a responsibility not to put people in a position or to exploit other people. Now, also, Saweetie, I don't know what y'all would have talked about other than the fact that you bombed on your first week sales, because I mean, what else is there to really talk about? Only people are concerned with Saweetie with is her body, how she looks, and what happened between her and Quavo. I don't think there's anybody out there who is out here really actually checking for her music. Saweetie, I'm sorry, you seem like a cool person. So, and that's another thing. Saweetie's never come off as a type of female artist who is too above anybody or tries to act better than anyone. She seems like a cool person, like a cool chick, like somebody who you could actually, meet in person, and she comes off as a cool person. But I'm sorry, nobody wants to listen to a Saweetie song. And what ends up happening with artists like this who get notoriety from their music first, but get overshadowed by how they look, is they tend to turn to modeling and shit. And that's honestly where I see her career going. In the next few years, we're just going to see Saweetie being somebody who is taking fire pictures online and, being on certain magazines or covers or being involved with whatever ads with big brands and shit like that, just making money off of how she looks, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, I don't know if a career in rap is longevity for somebody like Saweetie. We seen it with people like Carrie Hilson. Who else? Who else is a Cassie? Sierra. I mean, I don't know if you can really count her as a model, but I don't think that nobody's checking for Sierra music. They rather watch Sierra dance than sing a song. I'm just saying, and this is no shade to them. It's just being honest. I'm being honest about how I see shit. I can't blame Vlad for feeling slighted, but he also has to be self-aware. There's a narrative about him. And if he doesn't want to change that narrative or try to, sway opinions away from what he feels he isn't, then don't blame people for feeling how they feel about you or not want to fuck with you. Vlad is one of those people who tries to stand on his word and stand on how he feels about his platform, and that's cool. Do so. You built a platform. You made millions of dollars doing so. But if the narrative is out there about you and you come off as somebody who doesn't give a shit about how people view you, especially the culture that you're making money off of, well, that type of narrative is just going to stick on you. And the only artists that are willing to come to your platform are the ones that will come there for free. Because he also brags about how he doesn't pay people for interviews, yet you were trying to slide $10K for a Saweetie interview. That's all I'm saying. Vlad got to work on his own shit. That narrative, that narrative surrounding Vlad has been a plague on Vlad TV. Oh my God. I was gonna speak on that other shit, but I'll put up a video. Here's what I'm gonna say about this too. Before we move around, man. Today's not gonna be a long episode. YouTube had me on edge all day. I was completely prepared to go 7 days without streaming, and then now I get the email that I'm not banned anymore. So I was like, fuck it. The show must go on. Got to keep working. But I will speak on this since this was posted yesterday. So, as you know, a couple of days I posted a video, but if you saw the 5150 show, you'll know that Corey spoke on Just Hilarious. And it was a surprise to me because I didn't hear shit about anything that Jess has said recently that would make their beef spark back up. So it confused me for a little bit until he referenced what it was that was said by her. So I was like, I need more context with what was said, because the way that Corey explained it, it didn't seem like she name dropped him. It just seemed like she said legends are opening up for me, and he took it as, oh yeah, she talking about the legends. She clearly talking about me. But when I went to the interview, she brought his name up. Now, there's certain ways you can go about things. And usually it's Corey jumping out the window on somebody. And it would stem from something that happened behind the scenes, not something that actually happened on the internet. But in this case, he's justified. And regardless if he started this shit or not, because it was Corey who started the whole shit by reacting to the photo that she put out of her and her son and him saying whatever he had to say about it. He definitely started this. But it seemed like things smoothed over after they were continuously being booked together and they inevitably had to see each other at one point. Everybody was under the impression that they had a conversation and the beef was squashed and everything was cool. We was hearing them call little sister, all type of shit. When something is now neutral and there's no beef anymore, it's seemingly squashed to the point where I'm not going to say nothing about you, you don't say nothing about me, there's no need to bring me up. Even if you're referencing something that happened that had to do with me, there's no need, to say my name, talk about what you would have did or wanted to do to me at the point. In my opinion, if it's squashed and the shit is over with, hey, this happened. I got into it with a comedian. It was heavy at one point. It was heated. It was a little beef at first, but everything is cool now. You know what I'm saying? I'm making money. They making money. We touring. We good. Our family's good. This is where you go when you're somebody who is unbothered or don't give a fuck about the situation or something's not affecting you. But what she decided to do was go into a lot of detail about the situation. And, you know, Mona, aka Don't Call Me White Girl, saying that Corey speaks like a bitch ass nigga. And all of this can be interpreted in a negative way. And all of this could re-spark some shit that was just laid to rest. So, in my opinion, all we can do is wait to see because I mean, technically what Corey had to say last week was his response to what she said. But I don't know if a lot of people saw it because people, the interview was, I don't know how long the interview was, like an hour, maybe. I don't know how long the interview was, but it was like 40 something minutes into the interview. And even though the interview has like a couple 100,000 views, you would have to be somebody who, for one, I don't think a lot of people, if any people from 5150 or as a fan of Corey Holcomb is going to go check for a Just Hilarious interview. And for two, nobody's going to sit long enough through the interview to catch that part. Besides whoever caught it and went and told Corey about it. So technically he did respond, but because this is something that is resurging and that's being talked about again, because now people are catching on to what she said, I'm curious to see how this is going to happen or how this is going to go tomorrow night. They were banned for 7 days, but they were able to get an episode off and was able to do what they had to do. So you guys most definitely will be seeing a 5150 show tomorrow night. So go ahead and tune into that shit or do whatever the fuck you want to do. I will say this, man. I'm still pushing for unity out of these people, man, because I think it's important now more than ever for comics to stand together, regardless if you're somebody that made it off the internet or if you're somebody that made it out the mud as an OG. I think that's very important. And we got to stop the violence. We got to stop the violence. Word to NBA Youngboy. We got to stop the violence. Now, if you don't know what I'm referring to, NBA Youngboy, very, very popular rapper, as well as Bobby Shmurda, got into a war of words on the internet because just a nigga moment. One nigga said something, another nigga got offended. They went to the internet and had nigga moments together. Inevitably, you heard the famous phrase, "Hey, I'm not finna do this internet shit," and then niggas proceed to do the internet shit. Bobby Shmurda, for one, knowing damn well he's on parole and just got out of doing a 6-year bid, I wouldn't be on the internet talking about how I'm a boom on somebody when I see them and on camera. Whatever drugs Bobby is taking, he needs to slow down. He needs to slow all the way down. Bobby, your music isn't hitting the same. That shit is going to dry up. You need to be in different avenues right now. This is not the time to be partying and thinking that you a top artist or that your shit is doing the same thing as doing. Bobby, your time has expired as a rapper. You do not have any hits out. You don't have any music that anybody is playing currently in rotation. You need to be figuring out your next moves. Youngboy is the most streamed artist right now in this year or whatever, however many last years. He's going to be fine. Okay? The difference between you two guys is longevity and here for right now. Bobby got to stop spending so much money on crazy ass chains and figure out how he can invest that shit and build on that shit. We do not have time for the bullshit and for people to be going to doing the same internet shit that is going to leave niggas dead or in jail. And one thing that is always going to look goofy to me, no matter who it is, whether you Bobby Shmurda or whether you the top artist in the game, NBA Youngboy, you all look goofy speaking to your camera, talking shit to nobody. Because what's really happening in these situations is you motherfuckers gotta wait, all right, Now let me turn on my camera. Yeah, you got to do all these movements, laugh, try to play it. Oh yeah, you bitch ass. Oh no, let me live. And then the camera stops. You wait a couple seconds. It's probably quiet, or you probably got a couple niggas around you laughing like, yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, you should do another one. All right, let me do it. Then get back on camera and start doing the same goofy shit. It just looks stupid. And it only encourages and influences the next generation to do the same goofy shit. I wish a lot of these artists, especially in our culture, had more integrity, had more dignity about themselves. We show our ass and get ignorant every chance we get. Cut that dumb shit out. He said Bobby on the twerk team now. Ever since Bobby got out of jail, that motherfucker been twerking ass and taking names. God damn, man. That's fucked up. Living out the real Boondocks, man. The Boondocks, first of all, let me say that before I close this out. Let's give our fucking flowers to the Boondocks, because now we can live in a world where we know that we will never see another Boondocks episode again. And as much as it pained me when I first heard it, I'm so glad that we won't get one in this fucked up cancel culture, fucking censorship having ass fucking society. It would have been the worst revamp of one of the greatest cartoons of all time, adult cartoons of all time. I like the Boondocks right where it's at. I'm fine with that. I can replay all the seasons of the Boondocks whenever I want, and it'll still be funny. It'll still capture motherfuckers, and it still will tell the future. Shout out to Aaron Magruder. You goddamn right. Like, the Boondocks for us, and it's crazy because The Simpsons is still on the air. The Simpsons don't went for so long. It's like when black shows are too good, they find a way to cancel and get that motherfucker up out of here. And a lot of the times it's because they bring people in to try to change up how the shit is written and how the shit is presented to the world, even though it's already perfect. It was perfect. There was nothing to be changed about it. We still had Pops. We still had everybody. We still had all the key components that we needed. Then Pops died. John Witherspoon, rest in peace. And they wanted to bring in, new writers. They almost had it going because they brought in John's son to play his dad's voice, which who else would you want to play the voice of Grandpa other than somebody who actually sounds like his fucking dad? And they went and played him. They went and played John Witherspoon's son. Aaron Magruder said, fuck that. Scrap it. Scrap this shit. Ain't no need to go further. Ain't no need to even start writing the shit. Y'all don't want me to do this the way that I did, the way that people already loved it for. Ain't no reason for me to participate. And on top of that, I'm not finna have nobody else come in here and try to write what was already perfect just to destroy it and destroy the legacy of something that was already great. RP to Charlie Murphy's as well. Shout out to the Boondocks, man. They called a lot of shit. They predicted a lot of shit. That was our Simpsons. You know how the Simpsons was predicting a lot of white shit that was happening in society? The Boondocks predicted a lot of shit that happened in our culture, man. So I gotta give them the props that they deserve, man. Shout out to Aaron Magruder. Shout out to Regina King. Shout out to John Witherspoon. Shout out to Charlie Murphy. Shout out to Cedric. I forgot his last name, man. But He played in Reno 911, the black officer, the light-skinned dude that played in the show Reno 911. That was the voice of Tom on the Boondocks, if y'all didn't know. Hilarious dude. I'm talking about one of the funniest dudes who should have had a lot more recognition in his career than he did. That dude's really fucking funny. Who else, man? Who else can I name, man? Even the special guest that was on that show, fucking Samuel L. Jackson was on the show. Snoop made appearances. Who else, man? Busta Rhymes made an appearance. A lot of people made an appearance on this show and show love, man. So gotta thank that show for being an amazing piece of work, piece of art. Yeah, I'm finna watch that shit today. As soon as I get off here, man, I'm turning on the Boondocks. I think y'all should do the same. Man. GMS fam, the Green Room. It's been a great show. I had a good day. It turned out to be way better than what I thought. I thought we was finna go into a whole 7-day purge, but it didn't happen because blackness prevailed. Black voices prevailed. Not sitting back and just taking it prevailed. Pause. Because if you give these platforms a chance, they will bend you over. You will not allow it. What that nigga Tom said, you can't have my booty. Fuck you too. Cat Williams, yeah, he definitely was in that motherfucker, man. A pimp named Slickback. A pimp named Slickback, motherfucker. Y'all remember, hey, you know what one of my favorite episodes, man? Killer Kung Fu Wolf Bitch. Please, if you don't remember what episode I'm talking about, go find it, man. I think it's in season 3 or something, maybe season 2 or 3. The Killer Kung Fu Wolf Bitch that Grandpa got with, who was real cool but turned out to be crazy because her friend kept telling her and feeding her all that bullshit to the point where she made the bitch blow up at the end. Oh my God. One of the funniest, one of the funniest episodes on the Boondocks. There was a part where Grandpa talked about the time when Lionel Richie got his ass beat, man. And when I tell you, I laugh like it's my first time seeing that shit every time I watch it. My nigga. This is what I want y'all to do. If y'all go back and watch that episode again and rewatch the scene where Grandpa's describing how Lionel Richie got his ass beat by his ex-wife for fucking that white bitch, listen to the man that's singing in the background, please. Please. The way that man is singing will have you in tears, dying. My man was getting stomped in the nuts while Lionel Richie was singing. Oh man, I have not laughed that hard. Bruh, shout out to the Boondocks, man. Go enjoy the rest of your day, man. GMS fam, the Green Room, I need y'all to hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I must appreciate it. Leave a comment on this video when live is over. I promise you, we are going to continue to push this shit as long as I am on this whole breathing. GMS fam, the Green Room, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Put a GMS in the comments. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'll see y'all Wednesday and Friday. Go follow the 3Gs. GMS fam, we out. Oh wait, my Michael McDonald impression. I'm glad you brought him up. Here we go. And I'ma be here. I'ma be here whenever you need. All right, I'm out. can't forget how you never live on. I can't forget how you never be the same again.